What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to have a look at OP-12. Yes, I know that we've had OP-10, and we've got EBO2, for which we are currently in the middle of the reveal cycle, and then actually OP-11 hasn't been revealed yet. All we've got from OP-11 is distributor information, but we also have distributor information for OP-11. So I figured rather than worrying about it, we just have a look at everything we know about it, and life will be good. Also, this one does open up slightly spoilery for the One Piece story, but actually pretty important and pretty interesting question. Sound like a plan? Excellent. So let's start off having a look at OP-12. And as always, right, it's been listed over on distributor websites. We know what the deal is at this point. We know it's coming. We know it's real. We know it's official. Let's not get into questions of, is it legit? It's been shared by the same kind of people that have, same kind of distributors that I've used in the past and have proven to be correct. There's always an awkward situation where I'm using a new source and I'm hoping they turn out to be reliable. No such issues here. We good. And actually, the information we have is a little bit sparse. This product features a bond between master and disciple. The passionate relationship between such characters as Sanji and Zeph, depicted in the original work, has been reflected in cards. Okay. Now, the whole Sanji and Zeph thing is super interesting to me. Obviously, I'm just using random cards of the characters. We don't have OP-12 cards. Wish we did. We don't. Please bear that in mind. But the whole Sanji and Zeph thing is interesting to me because, of course, that is one of the biggest changes between the One Piece manga and the One Piece anime. Because, of course, in the One Piece manga, spoiler alert, I suppose, Zeph chops his own leg off with a stone and eats it. Whereas in the anime, it's just kind of like, oh no, my leg's trapped, I better sever it with an anchor and all of that. It's a lot more gruesome in the manga. And it's kind of one of Zeph's defining moments. So you've kind of got to think, like, well, what are they going to do here? Are they just going to ignore it entirely? Which honestly seems like a bad idea because it's one of Zeph's defining moments. And if they do acknowledge it in some way, whether as an event card or an alternate art or just artwork on a regular card or whatever, how do they go about doing so? Maybe they'll just ignore it entirely. But that would honestly make me a little bit sad given the whole, it's really pivotal to Zeph and the character as a whole. I don't know, just got me wondering. What's also got me wondering is which other master and pupil relationships might be shown here. I don't know. Obviously, if we're thinking time skip, I'm a very big fan of the whole Dracula Mihawk and Roanoa Zoro. And I don't know if that's the kind of relationship they're going for because that's more kind of honing skills in the future rather than initial master-disciple. But I would very much like that to be a case. Also, fun fact, both of those characters got alternate arts done by Akira Igawa back in OP-01. Is it important? No. Does it make me happy? Oh, you better believe it makes me happy. So that's one that I would personally like to see here. But just have a think back to any of your One Piece characters that you enjoyed and just think about who their masters actually were, who taught them what it was that they needed to know. We're going to have those kind of things reflected, and I love this. I think this is a really nice theme. It still strikes me as weird that they've literally only told us about one of them, like one pair of cards. But, still cool that we got it. Does also open an interesting question of, is there going to be any kind of mechanic going on here? Are we going to have new mechanics whereby they work together? Or is it literally just going to be, we've got cards of the Masters and cards of Discipled, and there's, nods in the artwork, but that's about where we're going with this. Is it going to be any more than that? The answer is I have absolutely no idea. I'm sorry. Now, one thing that could be something or could be nothing, we are told includes 6 leaders with new effects. Well, we know there's going to be 6 leaders. In regular sets, not EB or PRB sets, but regular OP sets, there's always 6 leaders. Focused on attribute and event-driven decks, these leaders offer a unique strategic twist on traditional gameplay. And this is super interesting to me. Because are they telling us there is something we've never seen before, something completely new and unique, or are they literally just saying, yeah, mate, we got new leaders? Cool. Well, let's go back to the wording of OP-11. In OP-11, they said includes 6 leaders with new effects. Leaders such as Katakuri and Nami return to the field with new strategies, allowing players to enjoy different play styles. That was clearly telling us, same kind of thing you've seen before, but, you know, that it's a little bit different now. But the wording here, unique strategic twist on traditional gameplay, that's something a little bit more. And again, I did go back and check the other sets and see what the wording was. And the wording, we all know the wording comes direct from Bandai. They send it. It's why if you check multiple distributors, you'll see the exact same wording. It's literally just Bandai sending out essentially a press release and going, hey, this is what you pop on the website. Well, this to me, it's suggesting there's something we've not seen before. Now, I have seen some suggesting we could get colorless leaders. I don't see anything here that suggests that. I mean, unique strategic twist on traditional gameplay, maybe. But it feels like when we had black leaders coming in OP-02, they were like, hey, black leaders are coming in. And when we had yellow leaders in OP-03, they were like, yo, yellow leaders are coming in. It really does feel like if we were going to get colorless leaders, they would match their previous announcement and be like, whoa, colorless leaders are coming in. So I have seen that suggested. I'm taking that with a gigantic pinch of salt. I just don't think that's happening. When we had black leaders in OP-02 and yellow leaders in OP-03, they made a big deal about the fact that they were introducing a new color. And I feel like if they were introducing colorless leaders, they wouldn't say unique strategic twist on traditional gameplay. They would say new color. It also says attribute and event-driven decks. It doesn't say anything about combining colors or anything like that. But we're going to get more tribal decks and event-driven decks. And bearing in mind, they did try to give us an event-driven deck a while ago. It was the Ace from OP-03. It didn't work. It wasn't good. But they tried. They tried a very event-heavy deck, and unfortunately it didn't. Well, to be fair, Nami, also weirdly from OP-03, Nami is a very event-heavy deck just because of the nature of how that deck plays with trying to South Mill, so I think that's the closest we've gotten so far. It also says new and existing cards can be combined to build powerful decks. Players can use a new card to strengthen a wide variety of decks. What's more, decks built around the new cards are powerful enough to give newcomers a chance to compete with experienced players. And again, if we have a look at that side by side with what we see from OP-11, yeah, it's literally, I believe, it's literally the exact same wording between OP-11 and OP-12. Like, literally the exact same wording. What I'm hoping for, personally, is like we've seen from EB-02, where we get new cards that specifically help out older decks. Like in EB-02, for instance, where we get a new Iceberg to help out our old Iceberg leader, and we get a new Enel to help out our old Enel leader. That's what I like to see. New cards that are specifically saying, let's beef up old leaders. There's no suggestion here that that's specifically what they're doing. They always put this. But I don't think it's a cynical thing. I think every set is designed to give new decks a chance to compete with old decks, as well as boosting up old decks. Like, that's their design philosophy, and that's why we see it in all of these press releases. Honestly, makes perfect sense. Has also been confirmed we're getting a double pack. Yay! Same as it always is. You get one of 2 new Dawn, and you get yourself 2 packs. Now, I don't want to tempt fate here, but I have had very good luck with double. I always buy 2. Every set I buy 2 double packs because I really want both the different Don. And I'm on like a 3 or 4 sets in a row now where I've actually hit, both the different Don in 2 double packs. If that could carry on, I would be a very happy Wassy. I don't know if it will, but I'm just saying, if it could, that would be good for me on a personal level. That would be nice. So what do we know about OP-12? Well, we know it features masters and disciples like Zeph and Sanji. But the exciting thing for me is this middle bullet point that we really don't know what it means, that is suggesting there is a change in the way we're going to be playing, and that makes me very excited indeed. For now, I want to know your suggestions, I want to know your predictions, I want to know anything you want to tell me, so let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.